What's going on YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video. Today I'm going to be reacting to This Place Will Become Your Tomb by Sleep Token, the entire album, all in one shot. I'm just going to get right into it, and I will let you know that the only songs that I have heard on this album already are Hypnosis, which I reacted to last week, Alkaline, and that is it. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. As usual, I'm going to be doing them in the order that they are in on Spotify. And I am going to be looking at all the lyrics and looking up all the meanings to every single song as we go. I'm going to try to go through and talk about what I think they mean to me and what I think that they meant by the lyrics and the meanings and stuff like that. I'm going to try to dive in and kind of dissect the songs a little bit musically and psychologically, I guess. But anyways, I'm going to get us started. And first off, we have Atlantic. I love piano, so it's a good sign so far. I do really like Sleep Token piano is like. Already. That like kind of voice, my voice just did it. That voice crack a little bit, but like a little bit of a yodel. Interesting. Ooh, his voice at the end right there. I like that a lot. Dude. Okay, before it switches up completely or just continues, who knows? I love that vocal break real quick from like the chest voice right here, like this voice that's coming from like right here. And he immediately kind of switches into that like head voice right there in like a word. Very interesting. And it kind of like catches your attention and you're like, ooh, wait, whoa. And it just really interesting that he opened up with that because I was not expecting that. But let's dive into the lyrics a little bit. Call me when they bury bodies underwater. It's blue light over murder for me. Built from future daughters to wasteland when the oceans recede. They talk a lot about oceans and shorelines and stuff like that. So flood me like Atlantic, bandage up the trenches. Ooh. Ooh. Flood me like Atlantic, bandage up the trenches. That's interesting. The trenches as in like in the ocean or like, you know, a trench, but bandage up the trenches, like the wounds or the scars that whoever he's talking about is leaving on him. Bandage up the trenches. It's to symbolize how much damage is being done to him or something like that. Anything to get me to, anything to get me to sleep. There's two ways you could take that. Anything to get me to be able to sleep, but also anything to get me to sleep, like the deity, the goddess or whatever that is that they allegedly worship. Wow. Okay, let's rewind that a little bit because I really like the vocals too. Simple, built from future daughters to wasteland when the oceans recede. Right there. I was really hoping I went back far enough for that recede. He kind of like, that's, oh, fuck, dude. He says recede, the word recede. And at the end of that word, his voice kind of like fades out, but it goes higher as if it's like, interesting. Okay, I want to hear that again now that I've picked that up. I'm glad oh, you can barely notice it. He does it again. Oh, I like that chord right there. And oh, and that one. I also like that that little, I would call it a fill. I know it's not really a fill when you're on piano, but like that's like drummer terminology. Piano is percussion, if you didn't know that. Yeah, that little, what would you call that? Like ding. It's like in between the 1 and the 2 when you're restarting another measure. Ding ding ding. It's the little it's like a fill. It's like what you do when you're in between parts on a riff. Like if you're on a guitar and you're like like the little notes that you do in between the main parts of the riff or the main melody or something like that. I liked this specific one. It sounds so good on piano too. That British accent coming through. I'm gonna want to try this on the keyboard now. Ooh. Oh, it's going all over the place. Ooh. Ooh. So having heard the kind of vibe that I get from this album, like Alkaline, this seems like it's just introducing the vibe of this album. This kind of deep and this eeriness. And that's interesting that I say that because this album's literally called This Place Will Become Your Tomb. Deep and eerie and kind of, ooh, that's really cool. Dude, I fucking love when bands can portray a feeling with sound. It is just an unbelievable talent. Yeah, that's literally just Alkaline. It's blue light over murder for me. Blue light, as in like the light from phone screens. I'm confused at what that means. Call me when they bury bodies. What the fuck? Call me when they bury bodies underwater. So like when everything is flooded, for example, like the earth used to be like flooded completely. Like a lot of where we live I mean, at least in the United States, as far as I'm aware. I'm not good at geography or history, but like a lot of the earth used to be flooded. The mountains, correct me if I'm wrong, but the mountains in Arizona, thousands and thousands of years ago used to be underwater. Like a lot of earth was just water. Like a lot of this shit was not the surface that we have now. He's kind of like saying, at least this is the way I take it, and I'm open to being wrong, of course, and this is probably not right at all, but call me when they bury bodies underwater. So it's like, call me when things go back to how they were originally, I guess, or a long time ago, or I'm confused at when they bury bodies underwater. It's blue light over murder for me. Yeah, I'm totally lost. I'm sure I'm going to look up the meaning and it's going to be the same shit. It's about like obsession or this love, this one-sided relationship. He's wanting to give his all to this thing or this person and it's not reciprocated. I feel like that's just everything that Sleep Token does. So I feel like this is probably going to be no different. But anyways, let's get through this. Yeah, okay. Don't wake me up because yeah, he's saying don't wake me up because it's been said that Vessel has or had dreams where he sees sleep, and the only time that he can see her or it or whatever is when he's sleeping, and when he wakes up, it's gone or she's gone or whatever. All right, so the meaning. Atlantic by Sleep Token is a deeply emotional song that explores the themes of trauma, survival, and overwhelming grief, often interpreted as focusing on the aftermath of a suicide attempt or severe accident. The lyrics use powerful dark imagery, including references to drowning, hospitals, and blood, to depict a painful, isolated experience and the complicated emotions surrounding survival. Fans have noted that the song also touches on themes of loss and the mourning of potential futures. Okay, now with that in mind, I'm going to go read the lyrics again and see if it... okay, already. The blue light over murder. So, blue light as in the LEDs? Or like the hospital lights? I don't think LEDs give off blue light. It's like, it's a different kind of light, but blue light over murder is like saying, I tried to commit suicide, but I survived. Now I'm in the hospital. Now I'm picturing everything like sitting in a hospital bed after an attempted or failed suicide attempt. Mary, okay, this is going to get really crazy, but I'm just going to think out loud here. Mary in the morning. To me, that could mean Mary in the morning. Like you wake up in the morning and maybe, I don't understand like the Mary, but also you could read it as a woman or a nurse named Mary comes to your hospital bed in the morning to like feed you and take care of you or whatever. Earn your bitter fodder. That makes me think of like shitty hospital food that's like not good to eat. And then the very next line, it's easier to try not to eat because sometimes... Let's say you're in the hospital and the food sucks or you just don't have an appetite. So flood me like Atlantic, bandage up the trenches. The bandage up the trenches, like I was saying earlier, like the wounds and stuff. That makes sense. But flood me like Atlantic, maybe that means like put an IV in and flood me, or medicines that you're injecting, or I don't know. Medical shit. Flood him with a bunch of medicines to get him to sleep, get rid of the pain, and then the very next line, anything to get me to sleep. Might be onto something there. I literally never would have thought of that without reading the meaning, but that's just a thought. That's just kind of where my brain goes after I got like the hospital image in my head. So anyways, let's go ahead and move on. And next up is Hypnosis. And I'm probably not going to do a ton of talking through this one, I hope, because I just reacted to this one last week. This is a badass song. Very interesting. I love Two's drumming. I can't focus on anything else right now. Just so many things going on in the background. Really cool. Dude, he takes the vocals in such an interesting direction. Like you think he's going this way and then he kind of like, and then he brings it back. It's weird. It's like a very weavy, which I think is really interesting with this visual right here, this octopus with tentacles going all over the place, or this, whatever it is. It just weird. Yeah. He just keeps going. That's crazy. I forgot about this part. Yeah, insane. So cool. I love the cymbals. I love these little sound effects and all this. This is interesting. It's so creepy and like mysterious. I think it sounds so cool. It sounds so cool. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the meaning real quick. If you want to see like my more of a reaction, I guess my dedicated reaction to this song, I just posted it last week. I'll try to remember to put a link in the description. But anyways, Hypnosis by Sleep Token explores the intoxicating, toxic, and all-consuming nature of limerence. In the broader lore of the band, it captures the protagonist Vessel pleading with the deity Sleep, willingly surrendering his mind and agency despite knowing the painful addictive control the entity has over him. And that's from Reddit. Google AI got that from Reddit. Do what you want with that information. I think I talked a little bit more about that. I don't remember, honestly, in my other video. But what do we have next? That song is pretty cool, though. So next up, we have Mine. And I'm trying to predict where this is going to go, judging from how heavy. Like, we went from Atlantic, which was like piano, and it was pretty soft the whole time. And then it had that kind of eerie, like sound effects, kind of like this album's vibe kind of introduced. And then it went right into Hypnosis, which was a little mysterious. And then at the end, it was just really heavy. And I'm kind of wondering, in typical Sleep Token fashion, are they going to totally switch it up for this song? Or are they going to, since they've now introduced the heaviness, are they going to do the heavy for one more time? But yeah, let's just see.
I have waited, paralyzed by my own will.
Oh.
Viciously reminding me still I'm born to believe.
Okay, whoa. The vocals sound so forward and everything else sounds like it's just not as important. Okay, I wanna keep going.
I'm born to believe, and I am certain, no, that you and I are crashing course, driven by a holy force. I know you can see that you will be mine. Yeah, you will be mine.
Okay.
Fire in the earth we walk will never stop me reaching for to see you again.
This is actually really relaxing. Interesting. What? Interesting. I like this. Mm. Mm. Wow. Damn. That was a really interesting ending. I mean, really interesting song. Was not expecting any of that at all. That one was not like any other Sleep Token song I've heard before. That one was different. Interesting. Let me read through these lyrics real quick. Hello.
1 hour later.
Yep. Okay, I just got a phone call and it totally threw me off. So I'm just going to get right into the meaning. Okay, Mine is a deeply intimate and obsessive track. It explores the tense dynamic between a worshiper and their object of desire, blending themes of longing, toxic possession, and divine devotion. I'm not really sure what to trust with. I'm literally just typing into Google like Sleep Token song meaning, and then I'll just like whatever Google AI gives me, that's what I say. But this is telling me that Mine is in the Sundowning album. So do what you want with these meaning informations, but yeah, that phone call totally threw me off. I apologize, but we are going to get into the next song, which is Like That. Interesting. What the hell?
Trapped under the surface
Ooh.
of your words. There is a new intention, new.
Ooh, that bass is interesting.
Could not be heard. Catching your intention. Wait.
That bass is cool.
Just to provoke my combat, new weapons to snap those final strings. Just to watch me fall back. Do you like that?
This album is very interesting. It's just different. Ooh. Very interesting. Oh, the vocal layering is interesting. Wait. Hypnosis. Ooh. Oh, that's kind of creepy, but it sounds really cool as well. God, it's so hard to focus sometimes with these songs. There's so many things going on. I'm like, do I look at the lyrics? Do I try to like, I don't know. I'm all over the place. I think it's interesting. This whole album seems to be like ocean related, but also like science related, a little bit of both. So like he pushed down into membranes and layers, creating a slow dissection. And then like literally alkaline is on the pH scale. You have alkalinity versus acidity, the pH of, well, I guess anything, or mainly water. It's very scientific, and there's so many like scientific terms in here. I thought Atlantic was pretty cool, but then followed by that was hypnosis, and then the visual was like an octopus, and everything is like ocean themed or like watery themed. I wonder why that is, and I wonder what that has to do with this place will become your tomb. I wonder what the significance of the tomb is. Like, where did they get the inspiration for that? All right, I'm not really getting much from the lyrics myself, but let's look up the meaning. Like that explores the toxic dynamic and emotional pull of an unhealthy relationship. This is what I was talking about earlier. I like go through all these Sleep Token albums, and almost every single song says something along these lines. So I kind of feel like I'm just saying the same shit over and over. The lyrics balance deep intimacy and physical desire against manipulation and the realization of being stuck in an inescapable, damaging cycle. Yeah, that literally just sounds like, and I don't mean this in a negative way, but it literally just sounds like the meaning of every other Sleep Token song, basically. While that can't, like, depending on who you ask, that can seem like, oh, it's unoriginal, they need to come up with new ideas or new inspiration, but also you have to respect the fact that they make so many phenomenal songs and so many great pieces of art from one topic and one source of inspiration. That is unbelievably impressive. And it also just symbolizes how unbelievably affected whoever is part of writing these songs, whether it's Vessel himself or, you know, everybody is feeling the things that they are actually talking about in their music. Next up, we have The Love You Want. Oh shit, there's a music video for this one. I don't usually do music videos, but I suppose I'll watch this one since Sleep Token doesn't have many music videos.
You lying in circle on your own continuum.
This doesn't look ocean based.
Now keep the freak so tall to a careful minimum. I'll find a different time.
I'm so fucking zoned in. Okay, the shit, like the scenery does not look real. Am I out of my mind, or is this looks like it's almost stop motion, kind of like the environment in like what's that fucking movie, Nightmare Before Christmas? It seems like it's a little set, you know what I mean? And I mean, it literally is a set, even if it's...
You'll find a different way to keep from setting sail again. No, but I'm still full of...
Hold up. That ring looks pretty fucking sick. Not gonna lie. Oh, you can't see it. Hold up. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that ring in the video looks pretty sick, actually. I'm not even a jewelry guy.
And I'm still full of the love you want. I'll reach for you, I'm afraid alone. Seems your heart is locked up, and I still get the combination wrong.
Ooh. Wait, what the fuck? Fucking lightsaber, literally. light saber.
Too many swallow keys will make you bleed internally someday.
Dude, that
Maybe you'll believe that in the end you will be better off that way. And I'm still full of the love you want, still waking up beneath it all. And I'm still full of the love you want. I'll reach for you on the faith alone.
very interesting.
I'm still full of the love you want, still waking up so alone. And I'll be full of the love you want, no matter what, forevermore.
I'm so fucking confused. I'm like 75% paying attention to the music video. It's just a distraction from the actual song, which is why I don't do music videos. And I'm still lost. He's about to just fuck them all up. He's like, get out of me swamp. Do the drum. I can't. Oh.
On your own continuum. Now keep the freak show talk to a careful minimum.
Oh. Okay. After this, I might have to just totally listen to that song again without the music video so I can actually fucking pay attention. The music video at the end kind of tied it all back together, pun intended. It all made it make a little more sense. Looked like all the dancers or all the women or whatever were dancing, and they looked like they were this one creature that was controlling him. He was trying to like fight off or kill or get rid of or whatever, rid himself of, but they just eventually control him and make him harm himself. And then he just wakes up and feels like he has to do it all over again. I'll find a different harbor to lay my anchor in. The fucking ocean references. And you'll find a different way to keep from setting sail again. I'm still full of the love you want. Ooh, that's kind of like, it sounds like who he is trying to give this love to not only has this insatiable need for this type of love, but also kind of fights it off or harms the thing that's trying to give it to her or them. I don't know. This is so hard to, it's like a relationship where you really want to be loved, but anytime the person tries to show you love, you just hurt them. I'll reach for you on faith alone. Ooh, that's kind of like just, I have no proof. I have no evidence to be able to guarantee that it'll be worth it or it will be successful or I will get through to you. I just have hope and faith that you will finally let me in or we will be together or whatever. Seems your heart is locked up and I still get the combination wrong, or are you simply waiting to save your love for someone I am not? Damn. I don't understand the you lie an inch apart on your own continuum. Now keep the freak show talk to a careful minimum. What does that mean? All right, let's check out the meaning really quick, because that one, I feel like I got that one pretty well. The Love You Want by Sleep Token is a haunting and fractured song about unrequited love drifting apart and the painful cycle of trying to prove you are still the person a partner originally fell for. It explores the devastating toll of emotional trauma and the struggle of loving someone who keeps their heart deeply guarded. Ooh. See, the way that they were talking about there, like, it doesn't even seem like they keep their heart deeply guarded. It just seems like it's Fort Knox, which, yeah, deeply guarded, but it's also with no intention of ever letting it out or showing any love in return or any signs of letting somebody in. Not only is it deeply guarded, but there's no possible chance that you're going to get through the gates, if that makes any sense. Very nice. I want to say that that was a good song, but I barely even remember the song because I just apparently am, right now anyway, am incapable of paying attention to the song and the music video at the same time. But next up we have Fall For Me. Son of a bitch, there's another music video. Wait, is this another music video or is this a weird visual? Oh, it's just a visual. Ooh.
Turning the skies into glass.
Okay. Oh, it is a video. What the fuck? Time out. What? The truth is, I am due a harsh lesson.
Echoing futures are the buckling sutures that horse at the wounds of the past.
Whoop, I did not mean to do that.
So won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? Through a fractured existence, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me?
Fuck.
From reality to the rhythm of eternity, won't you fall for me?
I am not God, is that what it said?
Like lions in the den, and I feel like I'm losing touch with what I am again.
Truth is, I want to live. Oh, fuck. That's not why
I remember why
I wanted to pause here because this reminds me of what I was talking about earlier. When a lot of the earth was underwater. This looks like a place that is that. This looks like an ocean that is now dried up. This looks like he's walking on the bottom of an ocean that just dried up. And again, I am having trouble paying attention to what he's talking about in the music.
9% that I never think of you in all this screaming silence. Oh God, I wish you were here. So won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? Through a fractured existence, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? From reality to the rhythm of eternity, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? With my love as your garden, won't you fall for me? Won't you fall for me? From reality, I am yours in the end, so won't you fall for me?
That one seemed dude, what? This album is something else. Okay, I gotta read the lyrics. Dude, what is going on? Is this basically just about being insecure and thinking you're not enough for the person that you so unbelievably desperately want to be with, and maybe unreasonably desperately want to be with? Dude, I don't know what it is. I'm usually okay at like trying to figure out the meaning just based off the lyrics. I'm struggling with this album. So you guys definitely let me know what you guys are gathering from the lyrics or what you have found about the meanings of these songs. But right here, let's see. Fall For Me is a deeply raw, introspective track about crippling insecurity, unrequited. I need to look that up. I think it's unrequited.
Unrequited.
Yes, sir. Unrequited love and the desperate plea to be seen, accepted, or loved. Listeners agree the song explores vulnerability and the psychological struggle of feeling inadequate and unworthy of the person they pine for. Yeah, that one's pretty, fairly straightforward. Dude, it's weird because their songs are pretty straightforward, but also when you read the lyrics, it's really like, let's say, ooh, that's tough. I guess I kind of disagree with what I was about to say, I guess. But when I listen to the song and I'm reading the lyrics, I'm kind of like, what the fuck is he talking about? What does he mean? And then when I read the lyrics alone, I'm like, I kind of get it, but also how does this fit in there? How does that make any sense? What does this even mean? And then I read the meaning and then look back at the lyrics. I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess that, yeah, I see that now. But it's so difficult to know for sure what they are actually talking about in these songs without doing a little more research. But that's fine. That's what we're here to do. Next up, we have the one, the only, Alkaline. And I have already seen the music video for this one. I watched it on my original reaction. So if you want to see me react to the music video, then go check that out. But I will be watching the lyrics video for this one. Dude, this song right here. This one's fucking awesome. Sorry.
Every once in a while, something changes, and she's changing.
I love, dude, those notes right there. First of all, I love the resonance they have, that like vibration sound, but that last note right there, dun, duh, whatever that fucking note is. I think it's like I don't know. Doesn't matter. That last one.
And she's changing.
That, ooh.
Me. It's too late for me now. I am altered. There is something
I love it.
beneath. She's not acid, no alkaline. Caught between black and white. Not quite either day or night. She's perfectly misaligned. I'm caught up in her design and how it connects to mine. I see in a different light the objects of my desire.
I hate watching lyrics videos because they're all wrong.
Ooh, let's talk about chemistry.
I love this song. I love that. All right, before I just blaze through this song without showing a little more appreciation for it, I want to, okay, she's not I love the way that they talk about, or he talks about, like, he's saying the same thing in about 14 different ways, and it's all really clever and really cool and really well worded and pretty poetic. She's not acid nor alkaline. Those are totally opposite ends of the scale. She's neither of those. She's like right in the middle. It's just a way of saying, you're basically saying perfect. Perfect balance. Amazing. Like, it's just the only way to describe all the things he's saying is just like that perfect balance, exactly what I need. Exactly. It's very cool and it's very poetic. Caught between black and white, like it's so cool. Not quite either day or night. She's right in the middle. It's just like, it's so cool. Perfectly misaligned. So it's like a good evil. It's like a good, I think it's so clever. I also think it's interesting. He says the object of my desire. Surprised he didn't get fucking canceled for that by calling somebody an object. But right here, dude, let's talk about chemistry because I'm dying to melt through. Like, I think it's chemistry. You're already talking, like, the title of the song is Alkaline. Like, we're already talking about chemistry. But then he's like dying to melt through to the heart of her molecules, particles part, like holy water, undiscovered element. I think it's so cool. And by the way, the if anything, she's an undiscovered element, either born in hell or heaven sent. Beautiful line, wherever he pulled that out of and was like, ooh, that would work there. Fucking brilliant. I love that line. The way that it fits in there, I think it's so cool. So before it gets into this, absolutely, let's talk about musical for a second. What an interesting riff or like rhythm, because it's really hard to predict, especially like I can't even really predict it even though I've heard the song 100 times. It's such an interesting like drum pattern, and it's so fun to watch to drum this song. And I love the heaviness, the dun dun dun. I love the double bass right there and that kind of interesting pattern that you wouldn't expect. Really cool. The cymbals. Just brilliant song.
Every time
I don't care. That song, when I first heard it, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Then it got heavier. I was like, okay, I can probably get into this. And now it's like, dude, this song is fucking sick. Sleep Token song Alkaline uses chemistry as a metaphor to describe the intense longing for a uniquely complex partner. It explores themes of transformation, deep vulnerability, and how an enigmatic connection alters your entire perception of love. I mean, this one's fairly straightforward. Also really, really well written and just really clever. I love the writing of the song. Instrumentals, beautiful, very impressive. This is absolutely my favorite song of this album this far. And next up we have Distraction. Okay. Ooh, vocals in the back. I like the way the reverb vocals fade away. This is so interesting. I'm just trying to picture how people come up with these melodies and stuff. Why does he keep saying it's too late? Ooh. Cool cymbal work and then heavy. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, I did ask the question in the middle there, like, why does he keep saying it's too late for me? Then I was thinking, like, ooh, like, if you pay attention, if you allow yourself to get driven to distractions, you can waste some time and then, like, you can let opportunities pass you by. So that kind of answered that pretty quickly. But that goes into something that I think about every single day. Like, I give in to way too many distractions. And I am terrified that I'm gonna, like, be 70 years old and just be like, where did all the time go? What happened? And I try to live my life in a way, or I want to get better at living my life in a way where I don't look back and be like, wow, I should have used that time a little better. I kind of just sat on my ass, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to look back, and that is a scary thought that I have every single day. Yeah, that's what I got from that. So that's, even if that's not what it is talking about, interesting that that's what I got from it, but that's what's cool about music. Okay, Distraction explores the vulnerability of deep consuming love and the realization of being in too deep. It tells the story of an infatuation so profound that the subject becomes a distraction from reality to the point of no return. Okay, interesting. A distraction from reality. Yeah, to the point of no return. It's too late for me. Right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. When you read the meaning, then you're like, oh, duh. Like, how did I not see that? How did I not, like, duh, that's what that song was about. But hindsight's always 20/20. Telomeres? Is that telomeres? Telomeres?
You got
Telomeres.
And silence. As you
Okay, I like that transition. Ooh. Dude, drums are my weakness. Huh? Interesting chord change. Oh yeah, this is gonna be nice. Oh my god. You do not hear many Sleep Token solos. Very nice. Holy shit. It's very peaceful. This album's had a lot of peaceful moments. So what the hell is a telomere? I gotta look it up. Telomeres are the protective, repetitive DNA sequences located at the ends of linear chromosomes, often compared to the plastic tips on shoelaces, which are aglets. They prevent chromosomes from fraying, deteriorating, or scrambling genetic information by sticking to neighboring DNA. Why telomeres matter? Cellular division. Every time a cell divides, the DNA must be copied. During this process, the copying machinery cannot replicate the very end of the chromosome. Dude, you like literally have to do some like scientific research just to even learn what that word is, because I don't remember ever learning about that in school. Like you gotta just open up like a science textbook and be like, okay, what's this word mean? How can we make a song like tie to it emotionally and like psychologically? Let's do it. Very impressive. Telomeres explores the bittersweet beauty of deep consuming love contrasted with our inevitable mortality. The title references the biological structures that cap chromosomes, which naturally shorten as we age. The song uses this to symbolize life's fleeting nature, biological clocks, and the fragility of relationships. Very nice. Very interesting. I have said it from the beginning of this channel. I love music that can teach you something, music that makes you think and use your brain. And I think that's why I'm attracted to the bands that I am, like Avenged Sevenfold, Sleep Token, Bad Omens. Those have been the ones that I've been really into lately as I've gotten older. But anyways, next up we have High Water.
For the time being, I will still avoid my own questions, and we both bury that history deep. But you know,
It's kind of hard to tell whether this song is going to be like kind of aggressive or it's going to be like, I guess kind of like the last one where it was like faster but a little brighter and not so like distorted and heavy. It's hard to tell which way this is going to go.
forever. For the time being,
There's those alkaline notes again.
fixed reminder of what all of these scars on my arms are for. If I can hold myself together, and I show myself on sacred paper, waiting on some holy favor, basking in the solace of regret.
That was an interesting execution.
Seems my hell is your high water. Wash me clean again before I pull myself beneath the weight.
Now I kind of feel like it'll be a little on the heavy side. Or, I guess I don't mean heavy, but rather than like bright and fast. That's a really cool guitar. Bass is really cool. I really like that guitar.
And I show myself my sacred paper, waiting some holy favor, basking in the solace of regret. And it seems my hell is your high water. Wash me
Interesting.
again before I pull myself beneath the weight. For the time being,
I love the sound effects.
I'll admit my defeat again. I will accept that I can't pretend we will ever be together.
A little bit of both. Ooh. Ooh, perfect, dude. I gotta hear that again. What a great addition. What a good way of keeping people on their toes. Ooh. That was freaky. Very cool though. Interesting. This album is just it's just different. I can't explain it. Some of the lines that stuck out to me, and I'm not really sure what to do with them, but you are still a perfect reminder of what all of these scars on my arms are for. What like a poetic way to say something so graphic. Choke myself on sacred vapor. Is that water? Is that literally water? Talking about drowning? Choke myself on sacred vapor? Are we literally waiting on some holy favor? Wow. Jesus. Literally. Basking in the solace of regret. Basking isn't like water, sitting in water, like basking. It seems my hell is your high water. Like you get pleasure from my suffering. Now let's look up the actual meaning. Okay, high water is a devastatingly vulnerable exploration of grief, emotional exhaustion, the painful sacrifice of giving everything to a toxic relationship. The song serves as an emotional climax, capturing the feeling of drowning in someone else's problems. Ooh, that makes cool sense. That makes sense, like in a really interesting way. I like the way that's worded, drowning in someone else's problems, with all like the references to water and the drowning and stuff like that. Very cool. And now we have a song that has an interesting title compared to everything else in this album, and that is Missing Limbs. I am really curious. Everything is telling me that this is going to be heavy, but I've pretty much been wrong about most of this album. So this would be a perfect time to just blindside me.
Just to let me know if nowadays the outer realms of heaven don't keep up on the charm offensive anymore, failing to remind you what you're living for. Now I'd give anything to borrow your indifference, I'd drink you in.
Ooh, I like that.
To temper your belief in all my promises, to swallow my desire and choke on it. 'Cause it still makes my blood run cold to remember what they did before, the stories that you never told to me. Oh, but worry not, the blessings rain like battles in the heavens lost. More polite advances won't last for long. The eager apprehension is wearing off. I'd give anything to balance your conviction with certainty, to fall asleep without you lying next to me, to sever my connection with everything.
Son of a bitch.
'Cause it still makes my blood run cold to remember what I did before, the stories that you never told to me. And it still makes my blood run thin to remember what you are to him. And I live like I've got missing limbs for you.
Wow. Oh, that sounds so sad. You can tell this is a very emotional album. Okay. So, okay. I was pretty significantly caught off guard by this entire album. I have heard only the heaviest songs out of it, so I kind of expected the whole album to be like that. Couldn't have been more wrong. Wow, I don't know really, I don't even know what to think of that. This album just makes me think like Vessel is just being super vulnerable and open and trying to just get these things off his chest. And I live like I've got missing limbs for you. I don't even know what does it even mean? I literally don't know what else to do besides look at the meaning and hope that that gives more insight, because what? Okay, missing limbs is a raw exploration of lingering grief using the medical phenomenon of phantom pain as a metaphor for the haunting ache of lost love. Ooh, okay, so phantom pain is like, let's say, for example, you're a veteran and you go to war and you get your hand blown off and you have no hand, but you feel like your fingers hurt. It feels like it's still there, but it's not. The haunting ache of lost love. So it still hurts, but it's gone. I mean, that's kind of that works a little differently, but let's see. It conveys the internal torment of trying to move on while still feeling the profound presence of an ex-lover. See, I don't remember which order. I guess I could look at it really quick, but the order of these albums I feel like is pretty significant. Now, I might not be remembering Sundowning very well, but Sundowning is like the intro and like introducing Sleep's obsession and dedication to sleep. And then this one kind of seems like he's starting a grieving process and he's kind of opening up more about the loss of it. And then like go all the way, fast forward to even in Arcadia, he seems like he is kind of accepting and trying to get over it. And he's just kind of like angry or frustrated, showing the frustration of the side effects and the consequences and talking about the anger or stuff like that he's having from this lost relationship. I think it's like a progression through a grief period, I guess, if that makes any sense. That could be totally wrong, but that's kind of that's the vibe that this album gave off. It was kind of just really open, really vulnerable, really laid back. The music was peaceful, but the lyrics were like the total opposite. They were a lot of them were pretty sad. I mean, a lot of his lyrics are sad, but yeah, I'm not really sure what else to say. This album totally caught me off guard. I was not expecting anything like that, but very interesting. Once again, Sleep Token, just such an impressive band. And I think now that I've reacted to this album, I think I only have like a couple of their singles that they started with. So like Jaws is the one that I'm thinking of that I haven't heard. Other than that, I don't know of any singles or remember any singles that I haven't heard. So I've almost listened to every Sleep Token song. So if you want to see my other reactions to those, go check them out. But yeah, that's really all I got for you. I don't have anything else to add to that, but I appreciate you watching if you've gotten this far. And we will see where we take off to next, because I think I have like one album or maybe a couple albums of Bad Omens to react to next, which I will be trying to do in the future, hopefully pretty soon. But yeah, anyways, thank you very much for watching. Go check out all the links in the description to see the original videos and everything like that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.